Everyone, today we are back. Today I am back, in fact. This is Manisha, and I'm back with 5 things that have become expensive in UAE from October 1st, 2017. So, from 1st October, there are 5 things which have become expensive. So, let's start with it. 50% levy to be imposed on carbonated soft drinks, 100% for tobacco products, energy drinks. So, the UAE has marked the beginning of a new era in its 46-year history on Sunday, as it has started implementing excise tax exactly 3 months before the launch of VAT. Khalid Ali Al Bustani, Director General of the FTA, said with the launch of excise tax, the UAE celebrates a new milestone in its journey to achieve the visions of leaders for the future of the UAE. Implementing excise tax in accordance with international best practices is the culmination of an extensive process. Al Bustani said that FTA worked with some of the world's leading companies to develop a tax system that suits the UAE. The excise tax has been adopted to reduce the consumption of goods that damage people's health. So, as you can see, the taxes have been increased on only those things which damage people's health. The tax affects specific excise goods that are produced in the UAE, imported into it, or stockpiled in the UAE. So, for 3 of them, as well as excise goods released from a designated zone. On 4 things, excise goods that are produced, imported into it, stockpiled in the UAE, as well as excise goods released from a designated zone. The FTA pointed out that any person or businesses importing excise goods into the UAE would need to provide a transaction ID to the Customs Department at the port of entry, stating that the shipment has been duly declared for excise tax purposes. Without this transaction ID, the customs official will not clear the shipment. Those producing excise goods must complete a monthly declaration stating the excise goods produced, the quantity, and the destination. The FTA sets individuals and businesses whose operations involve products subject to excise tax must determine whether or not they are required to register with the FTA. Excise goods must be documented and declared by the end of September 30th, 2017. The inventory must be audited and approved by an accredited auditor, and the taxable person is required to learn about tax related legislations and procedures to know their rights and responsibilities. Now, cigarettes, colas, energy drinks, petrol, and diesel. These are 5 things on which VAT excise has come. Soft drinks includes all carbonated aerated beverages with the exception of non-flavored carbonated water, as well as any concentrates, gels, or extracts that can be processed into soft drinks. Energy drinks, meanwhile, include beverages that may contain stimulants or substances that induce mental or physical stimulation, including but not limited to caffeine, taurine, ginseng, and guarana, as well as any substances with similar effects. No coffee, no tea, nothing will come under it, but only energy drinks, which gives us physical stimulation, mental stimulation. So we'll discuss these prices later, but as you can see, tobacco products 100% excise, energy drinks 100% excise, and carbonated drinks 50% excise. Tobacco, the UAE has imposed a 50% excise tax on carbonated drinks, beverages, and 100% tax on tobacco products and energy drinks. Soft drink prices will increase from 1.5 dirham to 2.25 dirham, while the price of a pack of cigarettes will double from an average 8 dirhams to 16 dirhams. So this will be a huge loss to the pockets of those people who smoke. So it's better not to smoke. Energy drinks. The retail price of energy drinks too will double from an average 5 dirhams to 10 dirhams, and from 10 dirhams to 20 dirhams, depending on the brands. It will depend on, so it will be good hole in the pocket of the people who take them. Petrol and diesel. Fuel prices in the UAE are set to surge to a 2-year high, with both petrol and diesel becoming costlier by more than 10 fils a litre. The new domestic fuel prices, which will be the highest since September 2015, have become effective from October 1. You must be facing that. Price per litre of Super 898 will rise to 2.12 dirhams from 2.01 dirhams starting this month. You already must be facing this pinch in your pocket. And Special 95 from 1.9 dirhams to 2.01 dirhams. And E plus 91 from 1.83 dirhams to 1.94 dirhams. The price of diesel also will rise from 2 per litre to 2.1 dirhams per litre. The steepest increase in fuel prices in the UAE was in August 2015, when, for instance, in August 2015 there was an increase from 1.86 to 2.25 of Super 98. After this, the increase has come in this year only, which will affect the people a lot. So from October 2017, unleaded gasoline will be 98 will be 2.12, unleaded gasoline 91 will be 1.94, unleaded gasoline 95 will be 2.01, gas oil diesel 2.10. The problem is more pronounced with the younger generation in the UAE, who have made fizzy drinks their staple diet. Now here comes, why has the government imposed on only them? Because they are more concerned about the younger generation who are more into fizzy drinks in their staple diet. It's not so much for the sake of revenue as it is for the sake of health and well-being of all in the UAE. By imposing 100% tax on tobacco products and energy drinks and slapping a 50% tax on excise charge on fizzy drinks, the government is hoping to make healthy eating easier for the people. The change might not happen overnight, but move certainly augurs well for a healthier future. There's enough evidence at hand that links consumption of sugary drinks to rising levels of obesity and type 2 diabetes and smoking to cancer. Yet many of us turn a blind eye and continue to consume saccharine-laden products like there is no tomorrow and smoke our lives away. The problem is more pronounced with younger generation. The WHO estimates over 40% of the adolescents in the UAE consume soft drinks every day. So that's alarming. This is extremely worrisome. Carbonated drinks are the largest source of sugar and are open invitations to lifestyle diseases like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and tooth decay. It also puts a strain on government coffers for treatment and care. As obesity tightens its grips on the Emirates, healthcare spending in the UAE is expected to more than double to $47.5 billion by 2040. In a healthier society, this amount could have easily been channelized into more productive projects such as education. So I hope those people who drink or who smoke will see this and do something for it. 1 in 5 deaths around the world is now caused by bad diets, with obesity the fastest growing global risk. The excise tax being introduced today might not kick the habit of smoking or excessive consumption of sugar to extinction as yet, but it would certainly deter people and force them to make the right choice. We hope it dissuades adolescents and young adults from puffing on their cigarettes and other forms of tobacco and encourages them to take a healthier options. The Federal Tax Authority expect the audit to be conducted by a third party. Even as prices of soft drinks, tobacco and energy drinks are set to go up from October 1, regulation stipulates that a retailer will not be liable for tax if he obtains excise goods from before the law came into force and the goods were ready for release for consumption. So those people are asking questions like, we have already a stock, so are we supposed to rise the prices or not? But no, those people who already had stock, they can sell it at the same price before the excise tax. Usually supermarkets and hypermarkets store a few months' supply of non-perishable goods in their warehouses, and this means that there is possibility of at least some such retailers offering cigarettes and soft energy drinks at pre-excise rates over the next few days and perhaps weeks, accordingly to a note by global consultancy Deloitte, which includes retailers, hoteliers, restaurants, as well as imports that have excise goods as required to have a stock audited on hand. So before doing that, you have to do a stock audit. You cannot do it like this only. on hand ready for October 1. This is because there is a liability to account for excess stock on hand. Excess stock is defined as more than 2 months worth of stock or more than normally held by the business, but an audit is required regardless. Business without such a stock take may be subject to penalties. So don't do it before doing your paperwork. FTA has indicated that they expect the audit to be conducted by a third party. The law states if a taxable person fails to notify the authority of his obligation to register for tax, the law allows Federal Tax Authority to register them with effect from the date when the decree law came into effect. This is because there is a liability to account for excess stock on hand. Excess stock is defined as 2 months. As I told you, more than 2 months. So if you do not account for it, you have to pay penalties. So I hope I'm clear about it. Thank you so much. This is Manisha.